Good evening, everyone. As I mentioned and also assured, the solution discussion of this paper, CSAT Test 1 2026. And also, I mentioned to all my students to take this paper and work on this paper sincerely, right? I hope you guys have done this one. Fine. Now, here we will try to cover maximum questions in this session. Then, rest of the questions will cover the upcoming session, right? Fine. Shall we start? Okay. How many of you took this paper? After I mentioned to you guys, right? Fine. So here we'll see the solution, brief solutions. Okay, fine. So the first question here is a question is given followed by the two statements here, followed by the two statements. Statement number 1 and 2. So what is the question here? What are the values of a and b? So you have to find out the values of a and b, where a and b are a natural number. So this is the first thing you need to note in the question. A and b must be a natural number. Then four statements provided, which means which of the following is correct in respect of the above question and the statement. So two statement provided followed by the four options provided here, right? So let's see here. What are the things you have to note here when you are solving this question? A and b belongs to a natural number. Then to find a and b, so these alone you have to focus here. Let's focus on the statement number 1 here. Statement number 1 says b minus a lesser than b by a, and as well as one more condition also provided in the question. What are the condition? B is greater than a. So this was the condition provided in the question. For this condition, whether you are able to find a and b or not, whether you can able to say the, see what is the statement, data sufficiency based question, you have to give the one solution here, right? Exactly one, right? If gives you multiple means that statement wrong. Let's see here. Suppose if you are taking b is equal to 4, a is equal to 1, what will happen here? It satisfies the condition that b is greater than a. So 4 here is greater than 1. Next, b minus a I am going to do here. If I am going to do a b minus a, 3. What is b by a? B by a, nothing but a 4 by 1. Right. So therefore it becomes 3 lesser than 4. 3 lesser than 4. Whether b value 4, a value 1, can you say this as? No. We have to check all the possible here. Suppose if you are taking b is equal to 5, a is equal to 1, then also it satisfies the condition. Suppose if you take b is equal to 6, a is equal to 1, then also it satisfies the conditions here. Therefore, you can't say the value of b because it has a multiple. A has a multiple value. Not only no one, you can substitute some other value also. I am just focusing with the b here. B I am taking 4, 5, 6. So multiple values are there for the b itself. Therefore, you can't say. Generally, you can say here as a. So you conclude here. It has infinitely. It has infinitely many solutions. It has infinitely many solutions. Or can we say it does not provide a unique solution? Yes, it does not provide a unique solution. So therefore you can't say the value of A and B. So therefore statement number 1 not sufficient. Statement number 1 not sufficient. Now let's focus with the statement number 2. The statement number 2 says here A into B is equal to 32. A into B is 32. So therefore you can have the values here. 1 into 32, 32. 2 into 16, nothing but the 32. 4 into 8, nothing but the 32. So therefore you are having 3 here. You can't say the value of A and B, right? It doesn't provide you the unique solution. It has the multiple solution. Therefore statement number 2 also not sufficient. Alright, individually it's not sufficient. So now let us focus with by combining these two. So therefore let's take S1 and S2. Both the statement let us take here. If you take both the statement, it has to satisfy. No. So let's take B is equal to 32, A is equal to 1. Because B greater than A according to the statement number 1. Right. Yes, it satisfied that one. What is B by A? B by A, 32. So here B minus A nothing but 31. So therefore 31 lesser than the 32. Okay, fine. Next part, we have to focus with the 2 and 16. Suppose if B is equal to 16, A is equal to 2, what would happen to the first statement? B minus A. B minus A 14. Right. Whether the 14 lesser than the, right, 16 by 2, 8? No. 14 is not lesser than. Therefore this value not satisfies. So let us take B is equal to 8. A is equal to 4. If you are doing such a B minus A nothing but a 4. What is B by A? 2. Whether 4 is lesser than? No. So therefore this 2 fails when you are taking the both the statements here. So therefore only one pair satisfies here. In such a situation, by combining S1 and S2, the A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 32, that alone satisfies this. Here you can able to say the value A is equal to 1, B is equal to 32. By combining these two statements, we can able to answer this question. Alright. So therefore C is the correct one. The question can be answered by using both the statement together, but can't be answered using either statement alone. Everyone able to understand about this one? Right. Unless otherwise you are doing enough practice in the number system, it's quite difficult to take this kind of data sufficiency question because it's a lengthy question. Right. In the examination, all, which one you want me explain again, pa? Combine. Combine means S1 and S2. All that S1 also has to satisfy, S2 also satisfy. When I am taking the S2, we are having the 3 pairs. I am checking with the statement number 1 condition. What is the statement number 1 condition? B minus A lesser than B by A. So therefore I am taking B is equal to 32, A is equal to 1. What is B minus A? 31. B by A 32. Yes, it satisfies 31 is lesser than the 32. When I am checking with the pair 2, 16, that is A is equal to 2, B is equal to 16 and vice versa. So therefore B is equal to 16, A is equal to 2. When I am doing this is nothing but a B minus A. B minus A nothing but the 14. So whether B by A lesser than, because the condition provides lesser than there. Right. If you see B minus A 14 here, B by A becomes what? 8. It is not lesser. So therefore 16 and A is equal to, that pair doesn't satisfy. Similarly, B is equal to 8 and A is equal to 4. Doesn't satisfy the condition here, B minus A lesser than B by A. Everyone understood? This two pair not satisfying the condition of the statement number 1. The only one satisfies both the statements here. A into B is equal to 32 and as well as B minus A lesser than B by A. That only one value here is nothing but A is equal to 1, B is equal to 32. Everyone understood? Junaid understood pa? Okay. Shall I move on to the next step? Okay pa, good. Next question. If the letters of the word industry are arranged in alphabetical order from the left to right, how many letters will remain in the same position as in the original word? This is a very simple question, easy to answer. How many of you got your answers? Good, good. So this is the original. Let me take this as a original here. Now I am fixing the position first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Original one, industry. Now I am going to write in the alphabetical. Right. D comes, alphabetical order. I comes, N comes, R, S, T, U, Y. So therefore, how many positions? No. How many letters will remain in the same position? 5, then T, then Y, isn't it? So therefore 3. D is the correct answer. You guys got the answer as a D, 3. So that is the D. Very good pa. Next, let us move on to that. So this question, no, CDS 2024 question, exact question, CDS 2024. XYZ is the 3-digit number such that when we calculate the difference between the two 3-digit numbers XYZ and YXZ, the difference is exactly 90. How many possible values exist for the digit X and Y? The same model was there in subsequent UPSC question also. I think it's a CDS or a CAPF. Here they are mentioned as a 99. They are mentioned as a 99. Okay, you have to work on the practice questions sincerely. You have provided you practice questions in your groups, right? Number system. There you can able to see your questions based on this type. UPSC changes the number here. You have to be very careful. So therefore you know the place value concept. XY is at nothing but a 100x plus 10y plus z, yx is at 100y plus 10x plus z. The question is difference between them here is 90. So difference, no, you have to subtract that. Through the equation you subtract. So when you are subtracting this one, y and y getting cancelled. Right, through the equation you have to subtract. Next part, 100x minus 10x becomes 90x minus 10y minus 100y becomes a 90y, which is equal to 90. The difference exactly 90. It has been provided in the question. So you can divide that equation throughout that equation by 90. Then x minus y is equal to 1. How many such a pairs exist? X, y. That x minus y must be a 1. 9, 8, 1. 8, 7 gives you 1. 7, 6, 1. 6, 5 gives you 1. 5, 4 gives you 1. 4, 3 gives you 1. Next part, 3, 2, 1. Next 2, 1. 1. So total 8 such a pairs. Right? Answer here is B. How many of you got? B is the right answer. Shall I move to the next part? Understood? Kumaravel, Jyotika, Purnima, Pallavi, Shreya, Darshini, Anil, Paramanand, Pragati, Kalpesh, Brinda, Sonu, Vinuta, Dharmesh, Kavya Priya, Vaishnavi, Adipan, Prem Kumar, Udaya Bharti, Swaraj, Prashyut, Raksha, Durai, Subham, Rohita, Madhumita, Vertika, Devika, Rakesh, Vijeshwar, Shahrukh, Sridhar, Aarti. Understood, Amma? Right.
Sir,
Okay. Hmm.
sir, in the place of x and y,
Hmm.
the values of 1 and 0 can't varada, sir.
No, 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 no. The difference between x minus y. Right. How many values exist for this one? See, when you are using this one, 10. No.
No, sir, x value வந்துட்டு 0, y x value 1, y value 0 போட்டா difference 1
Yes,
வரும்.
of course, right. Whether it satisfies that condition of a 3-digit number. Whether it satisfies the condition of 3-digit number. Prem.
No, sir.
Understood? Prem, this is the condition, Prem. Suppose if you are placing 9 here, 8 here, Prem. Because x, y, z. Even if you change this to, still it remains a 3-digit number. Suppose if you are placing
Okay.
1, 0 and some z is there, no problem. When you are changing this, suppose that z is there, leave it. So when you are changing this as a y x z format, then what would happen, pa?
2-digit number it will become.
Everyone
Okay,
understood
sir.
the condition also,
Okay,
this.
sir. Okay, sir.
Understood, Prem, understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It
Clearly
not
understood.
necessary start with 9, Junaid. The difference must be 1. Understood? 9 comma 8 also one of the pair. Junaid, understood? It obviously it is not starting here with a 9 comma 8 also, no problem, sir. Anyhow, you are going to place 9 8 somewhere else. Understood? Shall I move to the rest? 9 8 also gives you that one, right? Let's move to the rest. Every vowel in the word education is replaced by the next letter in the alphabet. Next letter in the alphabet. How many letters in the new word will be a consonant? So original question paper contains D as a 7. I am changing here, right? D as a 7, but here I am changing here because 9 must be there in the question, or you have to change the question, right? So education. Now try to understand. Every vowel is the word you have to take it. Every vowel in the word education replaced. Vowel in the word replaced. E. So next letter in the alphabet F. U, V, A, B, I, J, O, P. Right? Now, understand one more thing here. How many letters in the new word will be the consonant? After the replacement, the new word, the D remains a D only. C remains a C only. T remains a T. N remains. So now the new word, this is the old, this is the new. How many letters in the new word becomes a consonant? 9. Understood? 9. This is the new word, right? 9 remains the consonant. Many people may confuse with 5. Yes, 5 also right. But if the question clearly state that how many letters in the new word such, comma, vowels becomes a consonant. If the vowels becomes a consonant, then the answer is 5. After the replacement, if you are checking if the vowels becomes a consonant, then the answer becomes a 5. But the question here is how many letters in the new word will be the consonant, which means that you are not doing any replacement with the D, C, T and N. It remains same here. So this is the new word. After new replacement, you can able to see all are a consonant. Such a nines are consonant. Understood, Appa? Junaid? Right. Let's move on to the next, Appa. So like that, you have to work on, Fine. Next question. So this is the question, very important question. This kind of data sufficiency based questions are there nowadays. Before that, you need to understand the is type. What do you mean by the is type? What is the type with respect to the is? Is means whether you are able to answer yes or no. Is means definitely yes or no. That alone, please, you have to understand. You can say no also, pa. Right? You can write first. Is type means whether you are able to say definitely yes or no. Definitely yes or no. If it gives yes, one case gives you yes, another case gives you no, means it is not definitely yes or no. Right? Understood. All the cases it must give either yes, all the cases it must give you no. Then only you can say that as a no or yes. If it comes alternatively, that is not definitely. Everyone understood the is type first. Be clear with the concepts. Next part. Consider the question and the statement where x and y are distinct integers. So that is a very important statement you need to note here. X and y are distinct integers. Right? Here nowhere mentioned as a positive negative. Here clearly mentioned x and y are distinct integers. Is x minus y a non-negative integer? So x minus y non-negative integer. Can we say it as a z plus? Can we say this as a z plus? Everyone, x minus y non-negative means what? Positive integer is, whether it's a positive integer or not. So this was the question, right? Now let's focus on the statements. Statement number 1 says here x plus 2y is a positive integer, belongs to z plus, belongs to z plus. X plus 2y belongs to z plus. Here you can take x and y as a distinct integer, comma x comma y what belongs to a z bar. Please understand, distinct integer, different integer, right? Distinct integer. So now let's see here. If you are taking x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1, what would happen? 2 plus 2, 4. 4 becomes belongs to a z plus. 4 belongs to a z plus, a positive, right? Then what is the x minus y? So the x minus y also belongs to a non-negative. See, see the x minus y pa. See the x minus y here. 2 minus 1. That is the 1. It belongs to a non-negative. Whether this condition satisfies in all the cases, that you have to check. If one case fails, then that is statement wrong. So let's see here. X is equal to minus 1. Y is equal to plus 1. Because x comma y belongs to z. Right. Now if you see this one, it becomes a minus 1 plus 2. So still it satisfies. 1 belongs to positive integer. What is x minus y pa? X minus y. The x minus y becomes negative. Minus 1. Is it negative? Please check here. X minus y. Minus of 1, which is nothing but a minus 2, negative. Right? Whether x minus y non-negative? No. It is negative. The question here is non-negative. Statement number 1 wrong. One case gives you a non-negative, one case gives you a negative. Therefore, you that statement wrong. Then is x minus y a non-negative integer? Is x minus y is a non-negative integer? You guys say now. Whether statement number 1 right or wrong? No. No. As you guys says no. Right? Now, let's move on to the statement number 2. Good pa. You guys answering good. Statement number 2. Here. X. Right? Less than 2. Sorry, less than y. X less than y. Here we'll take 1 less than 2. What is x minus y pa? What is x minus y? What is x minus y? I am taking 1 less than 2. X minus 1 becomes a. So therefore, can we say this is not a non-negative? Not a non-negative. Next pa. 2 lesser than 3. Can we say this one also not a non-negative? Minus 3 lesser than minus 1. In this case also we will be getting minus 2. Not a non-negative. Can we say here? No. Yeah, definitely no. Not a non-negative. Therefore, if it is x minus y a non-negative integer? No. Not a non-negative integer. Everyone understood? Huh? So therefore definitely no here. Statement number 2 sufficient to answer this one. Statement number 1 not sufficient. So therefore the question can be answered using one of the statement alone, but can't be answered using other statement. A is the right answer. Everyone understood appa? Either of the statement no. Both the statement also no. One okay. Statement number 2 sufficient. So A is the correct answer. Definitely no, you can say all the cases it gives you no, 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 no only. So therefore we are going here with A because statement number 2 gives you definitely no all the cases. Shall I move on to the next? Right. In a certain code, the the positions A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, Z is equal to 6 like that. Each letter of the word is added. Each letter of the word is added for which will be the sum is greatest. Very simple question, easy question. For that you just know their order. B 2, 15, 1, 20. So here 38. For a game 7 plus 1 plus 13 plus 5, 26. For a line 12 plus 9 plus 15 plus 14, 50. So therefore eliminate the 2. So elimination also you can do. Then rise 18 plus 9 plus 3 plus 5, 35. Question here is greatest. Greatest here is 50. So line is the greatest. Everyone understood? Huh? C is the correct answer. Shall I move on to the next? Okay, fine. Next up. A question is given followed by the two statements. Consider the question and the statement. There are three distinct prime numbers. So distinct pa. Whose sum is a prime number. Whose sum is a prime number. Then what is the question? What are those three numbers? Right. Statement number 1 says the sum is lesser than 31. Here one among the number here is 17. Now the logic plays a very vital role in order to solve this question. So first of all, let's take a prime numbers lesser than 31. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29. Next, read it carefully. Three distinct prime numbers. So that is why I am writing here P1 plus P2 plus P3. Distinct, all are distinct. When you are adding this one, resultant must be a prime number. Resultant whose sum is a prime number. Now, statement number 1 says, right? Statement number. So this model related to UPSC 2024. Same model pa. If you go through the question easily, you can able to relate UPSC 2024 model pa. Now, listen very carefully. One logic you need to understand here. One logic you need to understand. Right. Here, less than 31. So therefore up to 29. Let's see here whether three prime numbers added gives you a 29. 5, 7, 17. Whether 5, 7, 17 alone gives you? No. 5, 11, 13 also gives. Whether do we get only 29? No. 23 also possible. 3, 7, 13. 23 another gives you. 5, 7, 11. Then 19 also possible. 3, 5, 11. Right? Whose sum here is lesser than 31. So 29 comes, 23 also comes, 19 also comes. Then what are those three numbers? Whether can you able to say the three numbers here because it has infinitely many solutions or multiple solutions. Rather than infinitely many solutions, we can say this as a multiple solution. In such a situation, you can't say A, B, C. So therefore, S1 is not sufficient. S1 is not sufficient. Right, you are having multiple values for A, B, C, or else three such a numbers, multiple values. Now, if you are taking the S2, S2 clearly state that one of the number is 17. One of the number must be a 17. Whether do we get a with the 17, what and all possible? 5, 7, 17 gives you a 29 here, right? 29. Next part. With the 17, anything else resultant gives you a prime number? Yes. 31 also possible. Because here no such a constraint. One of the number must be the 17. Right? So there are two such possibles here. So therefore S2 also not sufficient. Right? So therefore we can go with the elimination first. So B eliminated. Right? Now either of the statement no. So eliminated. So next let us see the combined. Listen, combined. S1 and S2 will see pa. If you take S1 and S2, what would happen by your one number must be a 17. Yes, very good. Their sum is lesser than 31. Lesser than 31, surely it's going to be 29 with the condition 5 plus 7 plus 17. This alone possible. 5 plus 7 plus 17 possible. You can say your ABC. What is ABC? That such a three prime numbers 5, 7, 17 is the prime number. When you are adding up that such a three prime numbers, the resultant gives you a prime number according to these statements. So therefore we can able to say that such a three number here 5, 7, 17. So therefore you need both the statements here to answer this question. C is the correct answer. Everyone understood? Quite difficult problem in the examination hall. Because why I'm mentioning quite difficult in the examination hall, if you're attending this question, these and all pairs, first of all, you have to know your 5, 7, 17 gives you 29. 5, 11, 13 gives you 29. This itself enough, pa. This itself enough to answer. Statement number 1 is not sufficient. Because 5, 7, 17, that are three numbers, prime numbers, gives you 29, resultant as a prime number. So if some other number, such a three prime numbers gives you, then that statement wrong. because it has more than one data sufficiency. You have to answer unique solution, right? So that please keep it in your mind. Shall I move to the next? Right. Next question. This is a simple question. You have to learn a simple question in a simple model, right? A clock moves 4 minutes slow in every hours. The clock was set right to show the correct time at 12 a.m. on Sunday. When the clock shows the time 4 a.m. on Monday, what is the correct time? What is the correct time? Now here, what are the things you need to consider? There is a possible to make a mistake, right? Let me tell you here. Set right data first of all, you please take. Set right 12 a.m. Sunday. Faulty clock concept. Now, what is the indicated time? 4 a.m. Monday. Find the total elapsed time here. Total elapsed time. 12 a.m. Sunday to 12 a.m. Monday, 24 hours. Till 4 a.m. again another 4 hours. So therefore 28 hours. Right? 28 hours. And one more concept you try to understand. Right? Yes, sir. That is what I'm mentioning. There is a possible to do a mistake. People doing a mistake here. Now listen very carefully. Here, understand the simple concept. In an hour, in an hour, right? 4 minutes slow. 4 minutes slow. Or loses. So similarly, which means in a 60, if the right one 60 minutes means what would be this one? 4 minute loses means 56 minutes only, right? So which means that you please take it in your notes. Then only good. When true time of 60 minutes corresponds to right corresponds to one elapsed or indicated time of 56 minutes, right? Simple one. Time of true, what is the ratio? Time of true by time of indicated. 60 true means your indicated here is 56, so 15 by 14, that's it. Then after this, you please try to find out the elapsed time with respect to the true, or else you write like this: true time elapsed is equal to, you know, indicated time elapsed, or else a time elapsed time, or else you can write like this, or in a simple manner you write. So these and all, you don't want to take it in a very complicated manner. Simply you write your clock time elapsed into 15 by 14. So what is that clock time elapsed? 28 hours into 15 by 14. You cancel this one. Then what is the true time elapsed? 30. So therefore 30 hours, right? So which means that a total of 30 hours of true time have passed. So now, therefore, please now try to understand. 12 o'clock, no, from that 12, 30 hours you calculate. 12 a.m. Sunday to Monday 12 a.m. what would happen? 24 hours, right? Total 28, no? So therefore, till Monday, 24 hours goes means 12 a.m. Another 6 hours you have to add up. So therefore, Monday 6 a.m. Answer here is Monday 6 a.m. Understood, everyone? So here only the people making a mistake, right? So read the question carefully and try to answer Monday. So alternatively, also you can able to do, right? Enough, you guys understood this one? Those who answered as 5:52 now able to answer. Answer is 6 a.m. Paramananda understood, Sridhar understood, Raksha understood, understood. Fine. In our foundation, we'll take up some more questions and we will discuss. Then you will be getting some clarifications, right? So this kind of question, gain and these things we have to do. Fine, pa. Let's move on to the next question. Ninth question. This is a very simple question, but people are no making a mistake in this question also. You should not make a mistake here in this question, right? Very simple question. What is the value of m, pa? -5, -4, -3, -2. But nowhere mentioned. Listen very carefully. Here nowhere mentioned as a no whether. So it's a integer, pa. Please understand, because -6 to 7, -2 to 9. So therefore here integer. Remember that also. -1, 0, etc., etc., 6. What is the value of n, pa? So here it includes that one. -2 less than or equal to n. So that also included. -2, -1, 0, etc., 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 9. One simple logic you have to use here. In order to find out the maximum of n minus m, maximum of n minus m, minus m, please understand. In order to get the maximum value, what you have to do here is you have to place the highest value for the m. Highest value of the m. Highest value of the n. What is the highest value of the n? 9. Minus sign is there now. So therefore you have to place lowest value of the m. What is the lowest value of the m? -5. Now you see your 9 minus minus plus 5. It becomes a 14. So this is nothing but the maximum value of n minus m. Everyone understood the logic part? Next, minimum value of m plus m. Minimum value. What is the minimum value of n? -2. Right? -2. Everyone understood? -2 plus of. What is the minimum value of m? -5. So which becomes a -7. Right? The question here is ratio. Maximum here is 14. The minimum value of n plus m here is -7. If you cancel this one, it becomes a -2. Answer here is D. How many of you answered this question correctly? Everyone understood the logic? Yes, most of you answered. Very good, pa. Fine. Very good. Let's move on to the next question. Shall I move to the next question? Everyone able to get the right, pa? So let's move on here. This is a very simple question, pa. In a series CAZDBY ECW FDT, comma, the missing letter in the last term. Missing letter in the last term. You have to see, no, CAZ, DBY, ECW, FDT. Now let's see the pattern here. If you see here sequence or pattern whatever, plus 1, then here also plus 1, here also plus 1, next is going to be the plus 1, then here G, here plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, next one going to be the plus 1. So therefore E, here G means first of all eliminate E, all the cases are E. Which one differs here? Last one differs. So in here we have to check minus 1, Y to W, minus 2, W to T, minus 3. So next is going to the minus 4. Right? Everyone able to understand the logic. So minus 4 means P, GEP, GEP. See, listen, both contains GEP pa. Right? You can mark any pa. I am checking here is a B. Question paper if contains different means okay pa, or else you can. In the question paper typed as a GEP means if anybody answered both means D and D, as a D and B both are correct. Okay, because both contains GEP only. Understood? Shall I move to the next pa? Right. So we'll see some other questions. Right. Another set of 5 to 6 questions we'll discuss here. Okay, no? Right. If x is a prime number, then how many values of x square plus 7 is also a prime number? Simple question, yet you have to understand the logic. X here, this is x square plus 7, this is x square plus 7, right, is also a prime number. Suppose if you take x is equal to 2, then your 4 plus 7 becomes 11, right? If x is equal to 2, x square plus 7 becomes 11. This is also a prime number. So now if you take any other number or any other value for x, surely it's not going to be the no prime. So only one value. So here let me give you some note here. So this is nothing but only one such value, only one such value. And you take some additional notes by here. Additional notes for any prime number, that is x greater than 2. What is x greater than 2? That means that x being an odd prime number, you understood? X being an odd prime number, x square also turns to be a odd, also an odd. If you take x value as a 3, then x square 9, that is also odd. 5, that is also x square odd. Now try to understand. Right, after knowing this one, what is x square plus 7 pa? So here, if you are taking x square as a odd, then here again 7 as a odd. What is odd plus odd pa? Odd plus odd. You will be getting a even number only. So whether will you get any even number here in the prime number concept except 2, whether will you get any? No, that is the important logic you need to apply here. So therefore x square plus 7, when it is x greater than 2, that is x being any odd prime number, the x square plus 7 gives you a resultant as an even number. But in order to get the prime number, what you have to do? Everyone understood the logic here, right? So therefore, can we say here, logic you please take here. So let me give you another note bar here. If I give you one more note, that would be better. That is, for x greater than or equal to 3, right? X greater than or equal to 3. In this condition, in this condition, x square plus 7 becomes a composite number in all the cases. Becomes composite number in all the cases. Suppose if I give you a question here, right? If I give you a question as a composite number, then what would be your answer? If I give you a composite number, options I have to change. Okay, leave it. We'll yes, more than 3, but option we will change, right? But not now. In the subsequent class, we'll see that one. So here only one such a solution. Everyone understood the logic here. So this logic applies in many of the situation. X being an odd prime number, right? In order to listen very carefully. Here, if you are taking odd prime number, right? This is the odd. In order to get the odd, we are focusing with the prime number concept. What would be this case in order to get the resultant as a odd? This is the prime. Here prime. Here also prime. The resultant must be a prime odd, because all the cases you will be getting the odd only in the prime number except one case. Now, yes, odd plus even only gives you a odd. You guys know that concept, right? So therefore, what is the only possible value here? 2 alone possible. 2 alone possible. Everyone understood, huh? Because odd plus even goes to be the odd, only one such a case possible here. Understood the logic? 2 alone possible here. This is also another note you can take it in your notes. All right. Shall I move to the next question, pa? All right. Fine. You go to the shop and purchase 3 varieties of the rice. Variety first variety 1 kg at rupees 20 per kg. Variety 2 3 kgs at rupees 40. Variety 3 2 kgs at rupees 50 per kg. What would be the average price for a kilogram of the rice you purchased? Very simple question. Just a calculation one. Variety, kg, price. What is the total price? First variety I am taking here 1 kg 20 rupees. So 1 into 20 becomes 20. Second variety I am taking 3 kg 1 kg price per kg for this one. Price per kg 40. 3 into 40 becomes 120. Third one 2 kg I am taking price per kg 50. For a 2 kg it becomes 100. Then it becomes a 240. Total. What is the total kg here? 6 kg. So what is the average? Total price by total weight. 240 by 6. Nothing but a 40 rupees per kg. Everyone understood? 40 rupees per kg. Next. Shall we move on to the next question? we'll try to complete at least 15 questions per today, right? 3 distinct prime numbers. Distinct means different pa. Junaita, distinct means different. 3 distinct prime number P, Q, R, each less than 30. Each less than 30. See, whatever the concept I explained here as additional notes, that concept can be applied here also, but you have to be very careful. Or such that. So this is also 2025 model pa. 2025 model. Some question provided there in that 2025 similar model. How many distinct possible values can we get for Q minus R? Q minus R. Similar question. 2025 similar question. Now the prime number lesser than 3 distinct prime numbers P, Q, R, each lesser than 30. Each lesser than 30. So therefore, what would be the possible things? 2, 5, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29. Why I'm writing these things? Just for a logic, sir. Okay, I'm writing this briefly. So what is the condition provided here? The condition here is P square plus Q is equal to R. And one more thing, even if you are doing this P square plus R, P square plus Q, the resultant nothing but the R. What would be the total? The total must be lesser than 30. You understood? Or lesser than 30. Even by doing such. Now, very important. How many distinct possible values can we get for Q minus R? Q minus R. Now, try to understand here. Here it provided here R is equal to P square plus Q. Right. Let's take here possible PQR. Possible PQR. Right. Suppose if you are taking P is equal to 2 pa. Suppose if you are taking P is equal to 2, what would happen here? P square becomes a 4. P square becomes a 4. R has to, listen carefully, R has to be a prime number which is lesser than 30. Right, because each is lesser than 30. Now, when 4 plus Q, the resultant must be your prime number. So therefore, let's see here pa. See the options here. 2, see here I am writing 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 14, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29 like that. One logic you understand here. Right. What is this one pa here? Even plus. In order to get a odd, because if P is equal to 2, that is nothing but the even, rest of the things 3 to 29 going to be the odd. The resultant surely going to be the odd. So therefore here odd must be there. Right? Odd must be there. Right? That one logic you can take. So therefore odd, what would be the odd? Suppose if you are taking, what is the value of Q? 7 if you take, then R 11. Right? So if I am taking 7. Right? Next. Can we take 4 plus 3? Yes, you can take here 4. Can we take 3 pa? Because 3 is also a prime. So therefore the resultant also a no prime. Next, if I am doing with P is equal to 2, anything else possible? Yes, 13 possible. So therefore 2, here 17, 13 possible. Now, if I am taking your R is equal to 4, here 19, anything else possible? 2, 19, 23. Now please understand what you need to focus here. Q minus R pa. What is Q minus R? All the cases Q minus R becomes a 4 or minus 4. Minus 4. Q minus R becomes a minus 4, 1 possible, right? So anything else possible with Q is equal to 2? No. Next, if you take a Q is equal to 3, understand here, if you are taking Q is equal to 3, here 9 plus, sorry, if you are taking P is equal to 3, because here P square, so 9 plus Q. I am taking B as a 3. 9, no, 9 plus 2 becomes 11. So therefore can we take this one. Now please understand here, what is the difference between these two? Minus 9 possible. Minus 9 possible. Remaining anything else possible here? Why I am not using apart from the 2? Because listen very carefully. All the cases you are getting a odd. So therefore here it is odd. Odd plus only even gives you what? Odd. Right? If you are taking any other odd number, what would happen? Odd plus odd becomes a even. So even it's not there in that. That is why only one case possible. Everyone understood the logic. Now, if you are taking P is equal to 5, what would happen here? R is equal to 25 plus Q. Still, listen, this becomes a odd, right? So in order to get a 25, no, 25 after the 25, 29, right? So therefore, what is the possible thing here? Nothing else possible here. 2 alone possible, pa. Whether when you are when you are adding a 2 here, whether the resultant is a or prime number? No. 27 resultant. It is not a prime. That is why nothing else possible here. Not a prime. So therefore, after that P is equal to 5, nothing else possible. So what and all possible for a Q minus R? Minus 4 and minus 9. How many possible? Distinct possible? 2. Distinct possible. Distinct possible. So therefore minus 4 and minus 9. 2 only possible here. Everyone understood? Huh? Why answer here is B. So that odd even concept and all, you have to be very careful. Even that prime number concept, you have to be very careful. So let's move on to the next two questions. If possible time is there, means we will do here. This question, I need to give some notes rather than taking further. You please take a notes by here. This is the new kind of question. Notes alone help you. Consider the following statement regarding the calendar year. Right. Let me give you some notes. In a normal year, there are some months that shares the same starting day, that is Jan and October, April and July, September and December. Next, there is one set of, this one I already provided in your class, right? Then what is the purpose of writing here? Since I already provided those kind of notes in your classes, then leave it. Now you guys answer. After knowing that notes, you guys answer, because this notes elaborately provided in your classes. Leave it. What is the first option? Whether first one is right? There exists only 3 pairs of a month, such that the 2 months of a pair shares the same starting day. Only there exists only. If the question is there exist 3 pairs of such month, that is right. Here the only wrong here. Even the February, March and then March, November like that. Okay, so therefore this is wrong. Please go through the notes elaborately provided. Exactly one set of 3 months always share the same starting day. Yes, one set. Correct. So B is the correct one. Everyone understood? Please visit your no uh, notes. Please revise the notes. Shall I move on to the next part? Next one is a very important question. This is the very important question, as well as time consuming question. This kind of questions in a first round quite difficult to answer. So leave that this kind of questions in the examination all, right? Unless otherwise knowing and logics and doing enough practice means okay, not doing enough practice means you should not take this kind of questions in the first round itself, because you will lose some time. Okay, save your time in the first round, that is important. 5-digit number a b c d e, all distinct digits, is such that e is not equal to 0. E is not equal to 0. A is twice the e. If e not equal to 0 implies a not equal to 0. Please understand the logic. Next step, 0. All are distinct. So distance means the 0 to 9 anything possible. Okay, fine. Next step. B is lesser than the D by 5. B is lesser than D by 5. Next step. What else possible? Mm, let's change here. D is equal to B plus 5. Yes. Next step. And greater than C by 2. Greater than C by 2. Greater than C by 2. So same B is no greater than C by 2. So therefore C is equal to B minus 2. Now, first of all, try to understand the logic to solve this kind of problem. The one among the logic here is first fix the constraint here. What and all possible? A is equal to 2e. What and all possible for A is equal to 2e? First you fix this one. Suppose E I am placing here, A I am placing here. What and all possible for this one? If E is equal to 1, A is 2. 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. Only 4 possibles are there. Right? Don't say 0 etc. here. Not possible. Leave it. Next part. So you have found the value of A and E among these 4. Anything possible. Now you fix a narrow down further. Narrow down or fix a constraint here. Now C is equal to B minus 2. D is equal to B plus 5. What and all possible values for B, C, D? So that you have to place here. B, C, D. Very important. Suppose if it is B is equal to 2. Yes, 2 possible. Why 2 possible? C can be a 0. Yes, sir. Because any distinct digit is 0 also possible for this one. Then D, 7. Substitute here. Suppose if B is equal to 3, what is possible? 3 means 1 possible, 8 possible. B is equal to 4 means 2, 9. Anything else possible? If you place a B is equal to 5, what would happen? If you place a B is equal to 5 here, what would happen here? It resultant becomes a 10. It is not a digit. It's a 2 digit. Everyone understood? So this 3 alone possible here for the B. Then parallelly the pair BCD possible here is 207, 318, 429. Right. Now you can work on your after this E comma A. Now A, B, C, D, E, what and all possible. You first of all fix 207, 318, 429. Now I am taking 1 comma 2. If I am taking 1 comma 2, listen very carefully. If I am taking 1 comma 2, what would happen? Pa? A is 2, A is 2, A is 2, here is 1, 1, 1. Understand the question. All are distinct digit. All are distinct digit. Here repetition is there? Not possible. Repetition is there? Not possible. Repetition is there? Not possible. Everyone understood? No such a 5 digit exists. Here when you are applying E as a 1, A as a 2. Now E comma A, we'll take it as a 2, 4. Similarly 2, 0, 7, 3, 1, 8, 4, 2, 9. I can say orally, but this and all we can eliminate, etc., etc., etc. But a knowledge purpose, you have to learn in depth. That is why I'm doing here. So A you fix here 4, 4, 4. Here 2, 2, 2. Because E value and A value. Now check here. Repetition is there means leave it. 2, 2. Repetition is there. So therefore leave it. Next 4, 3, 1, 8. All are differs. One pair exists here. Here repetition. Leave it. Everyone understood? As of now, we found only one pair. It's a lengthy in the examination hall. Teacher can say this and all, this and all, this and all when the teacher discussing the solution. But in the examination hall, whether what kind of logic you are going to apply, that you have to know here. So EA, let's take a 3, 6. Alright. So BCD possible 3 values. Here I am taking A value 6, 6, E value 3, 3. I am checking here. Repetition? No. First case no. Second case 3, 3 repeater. Leave it. This case are not repeated. So therefore 3 possibles here. Totally 3 possibles here as of now. Now let's do here with the EA 48. So 207 318 429. So A here is 8 8 8. E here is 4 4 4. First case possible? Yes. Here 8 repeats? Not possible. 4 repeats? Not possible. Totally how many pair exist? 4 such a pair exist. Everyone understood? Able to get the logics how to work on this kind of things. Yes, it's a lengthy problem. That is what I'm saying. After the examination all you can able to solve this kind of questions. But in that examination all, how you are going to handle such a question? The time constraint plays a vital role. Don't assume that if you are getting 20 questions from the number system, you are able to attend all the 20 questions. This kind of blind things you should avoid. At least if you are able to attend 10 to 12 questions in the from the number system, that is more than sufficient. That itself takes a lot of practice. If you are doing a lot of practice, enough practice, then only you can able to attend that 10 to 12 question itself. I'm not threatening you. I'm just giving you the positive things. What are the things you should not do? More than the things should do, you have to learn what are the things you should not do in the examination hall, right? Because the 2 hours time constraint fixing, 2 hours time. From the 2 hours, you have to selectively pick a question. 32 exact questions, accuracy maintaining. No, 36 questions, accuracy. Then only you can able to clear this CSAT paper. Work on. Why I am stressing on you guys to take a n number of a full length test, right? I hope you guys are understanding, right? That is why we are giving you repeatedly giving you number system as a practice, n number of questions providing you as a practice related to the number system. Why? You have to get familiar with the different type of questions, right? 2022 if you say take means it's a lengthy question paper, right? More than difficult, it's a lengthy question paper, right? So please understand the importance and work on. Fine. Shall we keep a class by tomorrow to discuss the some other 15 set of questions? What do you guys say? You guys having any other full length, etc.? Let's complete the recordings of this class. Okay, then we will discuss here. Wait, because unnecessary things let others should not get. Okay, so let's stop this recording here and then we'll discuss. Wait a minute.